Hello Reformers, and welcome back to the last days of our Uruk adventures, and these are certainly the last days. We are nearing the completion of this series, and that's actually kind of amazing because Mount and Blade series, they tend to go on for a long time, you know? There's always something to do, there's always the next siege, the next battle, you know, something like that. And it's actually kind of nice to finish one for once because, you know, it's a bit of a shorter, more, shall we say, confined experience in the last days, and I like that quite a bit. I feel like the pacing is really good. Anyway, Canned Camp is our first target, and then I think we're probably going to go up to Dol Guldur. We're going to eliminate those guys, and then if our allied companions and comrades and so on, like for example Gundabad, if they have not done anything about Rune, that is when we will go up there and eliminate them too. Otherwise, Moria is fine. They don't seem to be getting attacked by anyone just yet. Dunlendings is okay. Isengard's okay. And personally, I feel like Mordor is not doing too well. They have not many allies remaining. And if we can eliminate Canned, then that's going to be one more down. Anyway, let's attack the town and see what we can do. This is going to be a little bit different for us because obviously this is, whoa, okay. Yeah, this is kind of one of these, isn't it? I actually don't want to go up the ladder, if at all possible. Yes, it seems like there are alternate routes inside, and I love the fact that the developers have, shall we say, done a good job on the pathfinding and things in these kinds of maps, because it's really annoying when your units just constantly get stuck and don't know where to go and don't utilize multiple ladders or multiple entry points, and it's really nice that that is actually working this time around. Anyway, let's go for the slaughter. Yes, there we go. Okay, that was actually much easier than anticipated. Is that an enemy? Yeah, that's an enemy. Okay, yeah, so we do have to, of course, be a bit worried about the fact that they do have Orcs of Mordor, yeah, you know, at their disposal, and obviously it's a bit more difficult to kind of ascertain which one's which, because of course there are no icons above your unit's heads to let you know that. So yes, there is definitely a little bit of confusion sometimes, but you know, that's just how it has to be. That's a bit more realistic after all as well, because, you know, if this was actually, you know, the last days and we were actually in Mordor, and we would not have those icons, of course. But I suppose we would know which ones want to kill us by the fact that they're trying to kill us and eat our faces, and so on. Because they want our man flesh. Well, technically they want our Uruk flesh, but I can imagine that we wouldn't taste very good, let's face it. But, oh well, never mind. Seems I'm taking quite a bit of damage here from these Variag Axemen, and I suppose that is to be expected. I'm actually kind of a bit weirded out that we are doing so well, because I would have expected these guys to actually be, I don't know, pretty effective. Pretty effective at defense and in general just fighting. But these Orc Chieftains, obviously we are outnumbering the enemy by such a huge margin. Actually, not even by a huge margin. Look at that. There's about 130 enemies on the battlefield at any one time, and we have 165. So it's a bit weird that they would be losing so incredibly easily, but well, I guess it is because I do have top tier units. I mean, even though they are just Orc Chieftains, you wouldn't expect them to be extremely powerful because they are just Orcs, you know? They're not Uruks or, you know, Slayers of any kind, or, you know, Berserkers or whatever, you know, whatever you want to say. They're none of those really high tier, kind of hardy, tough to kill units. And they're more throwaway units that generally work very, very well in a Zerg, and that's exactly what's going on here, of course. And it's kind of amazing that they're doing so well in Mortal Kombat, but yeah, there you go. We've already eliminated 500 of the enemy's units, and we are going to continue doing that. And actually, you know what? Let's, yeah, there we go. Our infantry feels better. That's what I wanted to do, because we are an infantry captain, and we can use that trait to help out our units just a little bit. Not too much, you know, just a little bit. We don't want to insult them by saying that they need all the help in the world, but yes, it is kind of nice to give them that little extra boost. And I think that's it. I mean, there's only, how many did they have here? About 700, right? Yeah, I think they only had about 700, so I think that is basically it. And oh yes, we did actually lose quite a few units, but obviously thanks to Bolzog's surgery skill, we didn't lose that many to the Grim Reaper, and instead we have just had a bunch of people being unconscious. So that's really nothing to worry about there. Otherwise, it seems like we do have some issues with pinning down the opponent, because they seem to be scattering a little bit here and making things a bit more difficult for our people to surround them, and then as a result get a wonderful supply of man flesh. I mean, really, how can we say no to man flesh? I mean, it's free, you know, it's free. There's no need for us to go to a marketplace or anything, and well, I'm sure the canned people are very, very happy to provide it. Let's face it, right? Let's face it. Anyway, let's see if I can do a little something here without getting myself skewered by their... Oh no, my shield is gone. Okay, well, my two-handed sword hungers. It's not Frostmourne, but it hungers for their souls and so on. Yes, that's what it says in Warcraft lore. It says Frostmourne hungers and so on. Yes, that's what it does. And I think that's it. Yep, there's only one enemy remaining. Fantastic. Okay, so where is it? Ah... It seems to be in a rather curious position. That is very curious indeed. Okay, well, let's have a look here then, I guess. Let's just see if I can maybe do a little something. There we go. And it was a pit fighter. Wouldn't it be you know what? It would have been amusing if that was a log fighter. It doesn't make any sense, but if it stands next to these things right here called logs, then obviously it makes sense. Anyway, there you go. 42. We only lost 42. Yeah. That's literally it, because we just basically sent in Orc Chieftains. I have about 1,600 Orc Chieftains, by the way, and yeah, that's gonna be it for canned, and they are now eliminated. So that is fantastic. And otherwise, don't I just need to eliminate Minas Morgul for Mordor to fall? I think I just need to target the capital. It could be that I need to go to the wall over here, but I don't think so somehow. I think that might be the case, but I think Minas Morgul is probably going to be the one, because why would I attack a wall? That doesn't really make sense, right? So let me actually just go and have a look-see here, because if it has a garrison, then I might be able to... No, it does have a garrison. It does have a garrison, so I suppose I am actually going to be attacking this. Not right now, but I am going to be attacking this. Let's actually just take a look. No, I apparently cannot attack it, because of course, Mordor's strength is so great at the moment. Okay, so, well, obviously we know that, so the next stop that we have to make is Dol Guldur. Alright, so taking a look at the faction strengths here, you can see that obviously Mordor, considering it is now at 7,400, is still far out of reach when it comes to besieging it. Now, Dol Guldur, however, is going to be doable. However, the main problem that I've seen so far here is the fact that I did go to Dol Guldur, and I made a brief stop over there, which is over here, of course, and I attempted to siege it, and it did not work for some unknown reason. Not entirely sure why that is. Maybe I need to eliminate these fellows over here. Yeah. You know what? I think they're probably going to be a bit too far away. Oh, Master Bolg is dealing with the main rune camp, so I don't even need to worry about that either. Amusingly enough, though, I can siege the northern outpost, which is a bit weird to me. So I'm going to go back down to Dol Guldur, because maybe there's something going on with the faction strength, and they have, I don't know, maybe reduced in faction strength for some reason while I was traveling between the two places. So let's just actually see whether that's the case, or whether I am going to need to do something like destroying their northern outpost to reduce their strength even further, and then eliminate their main area here. So maybe that's the reason. Yeah, it seems like that might be it. Yeah, it seems like that might be it. So, are there any other places that Dol Guldur holds? No, that's basically it. Right, okay, well, we're gonna go in then. Alright, so the northern outpost is within our grasp, and I think there's about 800 units here, but obviously, I think this is actually kind of amusing. I feel like this is the... Isn't this the the outpost that we attacked with Bertildian in the Elf series? I think it is. But obviously we did it much, much earlier than this, and well, I would say that we did a pretty good job there. We did not bad at all, and let's have a look and see. They don't have that many units here whatsoever. They really don't. I'm a bit surprised at that. I would have thought they would place many, many units at the front here to try and stop our initial charge, because if they don't do that, we're going to swarm them like no one's business. And I suppose they just didn't realize. They just really did not realize that this was going to befall them. I mean, really. They think they're the ones that are going to outnumber people. Well, have fun with this. Oh, yes. We are going to outnumber every single thing in the land. And, you know, even though I'm an Uruk, I am technically still able to get outnumbered. You can see here that I'm actually getting a little bit of damage here. That is to be expected. Going up a tent as well, that's also to be expected. I mean, it's in the game manual. It says, you must fight on a tent at least 10 times to gain the reward. I've done it only twice so far in my many years playing this game, so hopefully I'll be able to fight on a tent once again. And obviously I am just speaking garbage, but you know, that's what I tend to do, isn't it? Anyway, let's have a look and see if I can maybe take out some more of these archers here, because even though our chieftains do have shields, I would like to try and prevent the enemies from attempting to do more damage to them from range, because I don't think our chieftains have any ranged attacks. I don't think they have any thrown weapons or anything like that, so yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to weaken them up a little bit. And even if I do die, it's not really a big deal. I mean, we just have so many units that it's really not a problem whatsoever. And don't die. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fantastic. These guys also do not have shields, amusingly enough. Wow. 8 damage? I really took 8 damage from that guy with his melee weapon? That is kind of sad. But I guess we are not actually wearing the best armor. Just bear that in mind. The best armor is actually on one of my companions, as far as I'm aware. Actually, you know what? I might be getting a little bit mixed up with that. But nevertheless, our armor right now is pretty good. And oh, look at that! I might actually get 3 out of 10 by fighting on a tent once again. Fantastic. Very good. I like it. And, well, we are right in there. We are right in their spawn zone. And that's it. That is it for Bear Uruk. And, whoa, okay. We actually get a pretty special look at the underneath. And you can see exactly how many bodies are actually on the ground now. Because, obviously, when you are above ground, as is the case right here, you can see that it's kind of a bit more difficult to sort of fully figure out how many bodies there actually are in the vicinity. And it's really, really cool to actually see that underneath. You can see that there's just so many. Look at this. Look at how many there are. It's crazy. Anyway, more reinforcements will arrive. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, pretty sure this is a victory. It is just a matter of time before Mordor itself falls before us. Well, it seems like there's only 15, actually 12, 11, and maybe 10. Yes, there we go. Phew. I was just like, oh, it's a bit too late, isn't it? They're a bit too slow while I'm counting down there. And yeah, well, never mind. There are very, very few enemies remaining. Let's just say that. And you can see this fellow, he wants to fight on the tent. He wants to fight on a tent, and he's perfectly happy to do so, because he is now out of reach of basically... Oh, never mind. He killed himself, basically. He was like, ah, well, never mind. It's about time for me to leave this world and be reincarnated as a slime. Right? Yes, maybe, yes. Ah, well. Anyway, there's a reference for you. Otherwise, there are a couple of extra... Oh, no. These enemies. Oh, yes, I can kind of... Oh, no, that is terrible. That is really bad. Okay, well, I don't think our units are going to be able to... I don't think they're going to be able to get in there. So I'm actually going to retreat here. Hopefully the... Yeah. What? Ah. Oh, okay. What actually happened right there? That is very, very strange. Right. Okay. I lost what? 1,600 units just because there were 5 left? Right. Okay. Alright, so after that rather, shall we say, interesting development, I won't say that it was very frustrating indeed for me to see 1,600 units get lost, but I will say that it was thankfully easy for me to get those units back. I already had a couple of Orc Chieftains in the reserves in Isengard, so obviously that was pretty easy, and otherwise I went to the Moria areas and just basically got a whole bunch of Stargars, and now I have leveled those up into large goblins, as you can see here, thanks to trainer skill. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be very, very quick here. Now, we do need to be quick, because if we're not quick, we are going to have some problems with Moria itself, because I don't know whether you know, but it's actually under siege right now. It's actually under siege by someone from Dol Guldur, and so we are going to need to act pretty quickly here. And that means, yes, they gained faction strength by the looks of things, and I maybe don't have enough now to be able to actually siege things myself any further, which is not good. So that is kind of weird. Oh well, never mind. Let's go to Moria and see if I can actually help out here. It seems like Mordor Advanced Camp has now been attacked by Dunlendings. Bear in mind that Isengard has lost basically every single one of their vassals. They basically all died, or not died, but they were all defeated, shall we say. One of them died in battle. And so that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? That is a super big problem. And yeah, as you can see, Master Bolg is actually attempting to take main rune camp again, and I would very much appreciate it if they would do that. It would be really nice if they could. So let's see if they're able to, and I'm gonna try and defend the gates of Moria against, I believe it is Master Fuenor. So let's see whether he's actually still here. Yes, he's gone in. Okay, let's do this. Has he? No. He apparently hasn't. Okay. Well, that is rather weird. Yeah, rather weird. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna auto-resolve this right now, because I'd like to try and reduce their faction strength by a big deal right away. Just straight up, right there. And then we have another couple of people to level up too. So that's exactly what we want to see. So that was a nice and easy elimination right there. Isengard is now unmatched. Well, they were beforehand as well. And I'd like to be able to try and siege the northern outpost, because it says that they've looted my items, which is not very good. And Dol Guldur obviously would be quite nice to loot as well. 2,500. Technically, we can siege it, as you can see right there. But it didn't seem to allow me to do that for some reason. So maybe Rune is going to need to be eliminated first. Well, it looks like main rune camp has been besieged by someone from Gundabad now, and Master Bolg has been defeated once again, so it seems like he's not powerful enough to be able to deal with those sieges. A bit weird though, I'm still not able to do my own sieges yet, so I think what I'm going to need to do is speak to Master Bolg perhaps when he reappears here, and see what he can do about granting me the ability to be able to do that once again. It might be that I was defeated and as a result lost a whole bunch of confidence from many of the people in the area, and that probably was the issue. Anyway, we are going to try and defeat Master Fuenor here right next to the gates of Moria, and yeah, I personally really like this map right here because we're right next to some water, and it's got some mountains and all kinds of cool things. It's got basically every single environment that you would want, and yeah, we're not going to have to worry too much about too many trees and things like that to try and eliminate our swarming capability. So let's see if we can actually do this. I mean, they do have some decent numbers on their side, but they are obviously not anywhere close to us. And if I could actually get a couple of kills, that would be nice, you know, just a little bit, not too many, you know. Yeah, a bit weird that I wasn't able to really slash at them. I guess it's because I'm using such a fast weapon. I'm not really used to it. I haven't really played the last days in quite some time. And yeah, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to finish up this series pretty quickly, because obviously we do have a number of other things going on, and we are pretty close to the end. We are close to the end, so let's see if we can do that. Obviously, probably not in this episode, because we were defeated from some weird thing, and I think that's some kind of bug. Personally, I feel like it's some kind of bug, but obviously if it's not, then I have no idea, because I just exited the battle in the exact same way that I always do, and it usually does not count as a defeat. It usually just counts as a retreat of some kind, and your companions or whoever is able to retrieve you from that particular situation, and then you're able to, you know, just get back out onto the world map with all your people intact, and then you can go on from there. But it didn't seem that way. Did not seem that was actually possible for me, unfortunately. So not entirely sure what went on there, but you know, as I say, we are so advanced when it comes to, you know, where we are in the game right now, though we don't really have to worry too much about that kind of thing. Oh no! Am I gonna get murdered by a troll? Yes, I think I might. Oh, or maybe not. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. So far, so good. So far, we're not dying just yet. We are gonna die very soon, though, I'm pretty sure. But we do have... I think we have this in the bag. I mean... Yeah, you know, we haven't really done too many kills just yet. I mean, 35 kills. Yeah, all the guys, they're going to be doing a huge amount of damage to us. Bear in mind that we only have infantry, for the most part, so we have no ranged whatsoever, which is kind of bad, because that means Olagai are going to have the run of the town, basically. But if I can just slash and slice and cut all the way down their line, then it's going to be pretty, you know, it's going to be nice, because I'll be able to thin out the enemy's numbers pretty significantly, and my forces are coming along with me. Do you see this? That's fantastic. Look at that. Infantry captain, your infantry feels better. Yes, because we gave them some good remarks. We basically said to them, you're doing a good job, and then they felt better. They felt better from that. I'm pretty sure that's probably what happened. Isn't it, Bear Uruk? He didn't answer. He just went grunt, you know. Just did his thing that he does. Anyway, we are, I think, done. Yeah, I don't think that is, no, I think that's it. Yeah, there's about 257 have been eliminated, and the numbers are going up so incredibly fast right now. There's just a kill every, what, 0.1 of a second? That's just crazy. Every time I see someone with a bow, I'm going to kill them, because obviously I know we only have infantry at the moment. Even though they are a bit confusing when it comes to which one's which, and who is ours and who's theirs and everything. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, there you go. There's just 10. And unfortunately, I was unable to suggest to the Gundabad liege where he should go next, but I thought that he would actually choose to do the right thing, and that he did. He is attempting to take the main rune camp. Hopefully, he'll be successful in that. And while he's doing that, I will attempt to continue wearing Dol Guldur down, and maybe we'll, well, in the next episode, we probably are going to try and help Master Bolg to take Dol Guldur, or do something with that, while Isengard fights off the ravenous hordes of Mordor orcs. And let me tell you, those guys, they mean business. They certainly do. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.